What is your name?
Georgia Beeson,
And when were you born?
1943, December.
Where did you grow up?
Muncie, Indiana.
What was it like growing up back then?
Well, nobody had a lot, but we had a good childhood. We played. It didn't take much. We played jacks, jump rope. We would sled. We lived on a dead end street, and there was a hill. In the winter, we would slide up and down the hill. There was a little field across from us, and it always had water in it. It was a cow field, and it would freeze over. We would slide around. We didn't have ice skates. Some of the kids did, but we'd slide around. We just entertained ourselves. We had a good time.
All right. And what jobs did your parents have? Like, what did
Well,
they do?
my mother was a stay-at-home mom. A lot of moms were back then. She had a lot of work to do. There was four of us kids, and my dad, he was a truck driver, and he was gone all week and came home on the weekends. So my mom had to do everything through the week.
All right. And what was your first job?
I think my first job, other than babysitting, as soon as I was old enough, I babysitted. And then my first job, I worked at a root beer stand that was when I was a teenager. It was a mile or so away. I'd walk to work, and then I'd work at the root beer stand.
And do you remember about how much you made, like per week or an hour?
Oh, not very much. Minimum wage back then was low, but I would probably make um, $5, $10. That was a lot back
A
then.
week.
A week.
All right. Um, and what was your like favorite thing to do back then? Either by yourself or with your friends or just stuff you did?
Well, we could go to the movie for 25 cents, so we did that on the weekends. We could go skating. As a teenager, I went to Gibson skating rink. We could go swimming. We went to Toohey's Pool. That wasn't very much. We went there.
And were you able to get a car back then when you were a teenager, or did
No,
any of your family members
yeah.
get one?
I had three brothers. My oldest brother, I remember him getting a car, uh, but I never did get a car. I was the youngest, so, and I got married young. And so after I got married, I learned to drive and got a car.
And what is your most cherished childhood memories? Stuff that you remember doing
Well,
that were
I
special?
think when I was real young, I was probably in about the fourth grade when we got a television. That was that was a special thing. Before that, we just had the radio. So that was a cherished memory because that was big stuff. We had to go to our neighbors to watch TV if they would let you, watch TV at their house. So you watched it for a couple shows, and that was all. Then you'd come home.
All right, and that's all.
Yeah,
So, thanks, Grandma.
yeah.